Sir, what's your name?
But Joseph Saw.
Okay. Moment. Mr. Saw, you are charged with criminal trespassing. I'm going to order that you not return to the location of the alleged incident and that you have no contact with the alleged victim. You have a felony hold, so you're going to stay at the jail on that. I am going to release you on this misdemeanor case in Tucson City Court and appoint the city public defender to represent you on that. And your next court date will be August 8th at 9 o'clock, Tucson City Court. You won't be there, but your attorney will. You're excused.
Yeah. Upstairs. Go around that.
Hello, what is your name?
Sharika Lacole Skinner Bishop. I said Sharika Lacole Skinner Bishop. Or you probably have Sharika Lacole Skinner. One of them. Yeah.
Thank you.
What?
So, you are charged with failure to comply with a court order, domestic violence, disorderly conduct, domestic violence, criminal damage. And this is from today. And you've got a second file here from April. Failure to also domestic violence, failure to comply with a court order, and domestic violence, disorderly conduct. You also have two pending domestic violence cases at Tucson City Court. We're going to put all four of these together. Bond is set in the amount of $1,000. I am ordering that you have no contact of any kind with Lee Bishop. Stay away from his home and workplace and any other incident location involved. Do not commit any acts of domestic violence. Don't possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. And no firearms or other weapons. The city public defender is appointed to represent you. Video review is scheduled for June 11th at 1:30. And if you post the bond and are released, well, you're not going to be released because you have a probation hold. So you're going to remain in custody on that regardless. June 11th, 1:30. You're excused.
Okay.
Can you have a seat right here for me? Pops. Sir, have a seat right here, sir.
Hello, what's your name?
Oh, Stephen Hobbs.
Okay. Mr. Hobbs, you're charged with domestic violence, assault. I'm going to order that you not commit any acts of domestic violence. You're not to possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and no firearms or other weapons. I see that you have 2 prior convictions for domestic violence from a few years ago at Tucson City Court. I am going to set a bond in this matter in the amount of $500. I'm appointing attorney Caitlin Waters to represent you, and you're going to be seen on this matter tomorrow at 1:00 p.m. on video. And this is in Pima County Justice Court. You're excused.
Gonna be back down in the lower level. Oh, yeah.
Hello, what's your name?
That's all now.
Okay, what is your last name again?
No.
Romero? Okay, thank you. You've got cases in 2 different courts. Pima County Justice Court, you have an arrest warrant on a charge of reckless burning from last year. And that's a $100 bond listed on the warrant. I'm going to hold you on that. You're going to be seen tomorrow at 1:00 p.m. on video. Attorney Gary Grinkovich will be representing you on that matter. You also have some cases in Tucson City Court. You were charged today with indecent exposure and disorderly conduct. And you are on probation in city court for a charge of reckless burning. There is a petition to revoke your probation alleging that you okay?
My dreams was a prostitute.
Okay. All right. Alleging that you violated conditions of probation.
Go ahead, I'm tired of this. Right.
You'll enter a denial of the allegation and appoint the city public defender to represent you on both. You're going to have a court date on June 12th at 1:45. That'll be your excuse.
You are control.
Bond on the other charge is $500.
Walkers.
And this is yours. That was yours. Hello, what's your name?
Brian Keith Volkers.
Oh, okay, thank you. You have an arrest warrant out of Pima County Justice Court on charges of not having a dog license, vicious animal, biting animal, and dog at large. There's a $1,500 bond listed on this warrant. I'm going to hold you on that. Attorney Caitlin Waters is appointed to represent you, and your next court date will be tomorrow at 1 p.m. on video. You're excused.
That's sit up there.
Volkers.
Hello.
Have a seat back at the lower level.
What's your name?
Brenda Betts.
I'm sorry?
Brenda Betts.
Bet. Okay, thank you. Is Bet to charged with assault, criminal damage, and 2 counts of disorderly conduct. This was alleged to have occurred today. Tucson City Court. Do not have contact with the alleged victims or return to the incident location. I'm going to release you with these conditions. July 3rd, 1:30 is your court date at Tucson City Court. You're excused.
Right here, man.
Hello, what is your name?
Stephanie Bryden.
Right, and you're charged with domestic violence assault and domestic violence criminal damage, domestic violence disorderly conduct. I'm ordering that you not commit any acts of domestic violence. You're not to have contact of any kind with James Quintero. Stay away from his home and workplace. You get a one-time return visit to the residence with a police escort to get your personal belongings. Other than that, no contact and no return. I'm releasing you with these conditions. Your court date at Tucson City Court is July 8th at 1:30 p.m. You're excused.
Thank you.
Right, have a seat with the ladies in the lower level. Karoni.
Hello, what is your name?
Saron.
Say it again.
David Saron.
Okay, thank you. So you're charged with prescription-only drug and drug paraphernalia. You do have a Department of Corrections hold. Bond on this misdemeanor case is set at $1,500. Do not consume or possess any alcoholic beverages or illegal drugs, and do not return the location of the alleged incident. I am appointing the city public defender to represent you, enter a not guilty plea, and your next court date, if you're still in custody, will be a video review June 13th at 1:45. You're excused. Tucson City.
Okay.
Hello, what is your name?
Bianca Pericini.
You're charged with domestic violence, assault, and domestic violence disorderly conduct. I'm going to order that you not commit any act of domestic violence. You're not to have contact of any kind with Dylan Haley. Stay away from his home and workplace, except that you get a one-time return visit with a police escort to get your belongings. I am releasing you from custody with these conditions. July 8th, 1:30 is your court date, Tucson City Court. You're excused.
Don't be funny. You gotta respect these two activities. Good evening, Your Honor.
Good evening, sir. What's your name?
Christopher John Paso, sir.
Christopher, spell your last name.
P as in Peter, OSSERT, Your Honor.
Good, thank you. Okay, what we got here? So, you are charged with shoplifting using a container to facilitate 3 counts. This one is from June 3rd, and there is another complaint. This one is from May 24th, burglary in the 3rd degree. On the first one that I mentioned, the state's asking for $20,000 bond. And on the second one, they are asking for a $10,000 bond. In both cases, they're recommending steps. Let me read a statement to you. That will
Burglary of what? Burglary of what, Your Honor? I don't recall any burglary May 23rd.
Judge, there's no drugs in this case. This should be steps.
This is a simple misdemeanor.
Well, they marked steps. That is true. Why is the state recommending steps?
See, I usually reflect that on the that's usually reflected on the pretrial services report. Although, as I'm looking at it now, I'm not seeing that notation reflected now, and Ms. Baumgartner is correct. There are no drug allegations in this case, so I apologize.
Okay, so we'll skip steps then. So anyway, at a minimum, I'm gonna be ordering on the shoplifting, no alcoholic beverages or illegal drugs, don't possess any firearms or other weapons, don't have contact with the alleged victim, and don't return to any Walgreens store. And on the other one, pretty much the same thing, except no return to any quick trip store. As to the matter of the bonds, we'll hear from the defense.
Judge, I need a second.
Sure.
You're going to fucking felonies, bullshit.
Okay, Judge.
Stop talking. You think of his ass.
In terms of the shoplifting charge, I don't think it needs to be 20,000. I mean, he doesn't have a job. He's unemployed right now.
I have a broken arm, Your Honor,
He's
broken
not
arm.
going to be able to pay anywhere near that. It's also a nonviolent offense. And in terms of the burglary in the 3rd degree, I also don't think it needs to be 10,000 for those same reasons.
These are shoplifts, Judge.
Okay, sir. I'm gonna set bonds of $15,000 apiece. Your court date is June 13th at 1:30, and the public defender is appointed to represent you. Let's approve that one, and then see. Public defender appointed.
Who's that?
That was Oscar. Oscar. That's that. Sit down. Sit down.
Really horrible. It left me in a bad situation, like unhealthy.
Hello, what's your name?
Derek Fry.
Mr. Fry, you were charged with public nuisance in the neighborhood. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or other weapons, and do not return to within 1,000 feet of West 22nd and South Freeway. I am going to release you with those conditions. Court date at Tucson City Court is July 8th at 2 o'clock. You're excused.
You put me in a bad situation. A little bit. Like myself, I go it's like before it's like it's right on me that's like there's shit.
Yes.
Put me in a room as I proceed to act like this.
Hello, what is your name?
Jennifer Atwood.
Okay, one more.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to deal with the misdemeanors first. So you've got a bunch of cases in Tucson City Court.
Yes, sir.
Trespassing, drug paraphernalia, failures to appear. Trespassing and failures to appear. Trespassing, drug paraphernalia, and failures to appear. Drug paraphernalia, failure to appear. And seen on all those others, we're gonna arraign you on this last one. For criminal trespass and possession of drug paraphernalia. So for no alcohol or illegal drugs, and do not return to the incident location. No contact with the alleged victim. because of your failure to appear history, every one of these cases you failed to appear last year. And so we're going to set a bond of $750 and a video review June 13th, 1:45. And the city public defender will be representing you on these city court charges. Okay. As to the felony matter, you have an arrest warrant out of Pima County Superior Court listing charges of narcotic drug violation and drug paraphernalia, and also listing a $500 bond. The state actually is recommending a $5,000 bond. And we'll hear from the defense.
Judge, we're asking for the $500 bond in the warrant.
Okay. And let's hear from the state.
Judge, the state's requesting a $5,000 bond, considering Miss Atwood's history of failure to appear in her pending felony matter. That's the 2024 case. But also factoring in her consistent failures to appear for her pending Tucson City Court misdemeanor matters. And so for all those reasons, Judge, we believe a $5,000 bond is appropriate. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, we'll stick with the $500 bond listed in the warrant. Your court date is June 10th at 1:30, and the county public defender is appointed to represent you.
Okay.
You're excused.
Look,
For real?
oh,
Oh, did I mark felony hold? Thank you. Hello, what's your name?
Same as Carrillo.
Okay, so you've got a couple of felony matters as well as some Tucson City Court misdemeanor matters. Felony charges, you're charged with possession of narcotic drug, oxycodone, and possession of paraphernalia. And this is from June 3rd today. And then you've got an arrest warrant out of Pima County Superior Court listing charges of narcotic drug possession or use and drug paraphernalia. And listing a bond of $500. The state's recommendation is a $7,500 bond on the warrant, along with steps, and a $500 bond on the new charge, along with steps. Does the state intend to recommend the steps program?
So, Judge, we did on the narcotic possession case. With the yes, Judge, the state yes, correct. On the narcotic possession case, the state's recommending steps.
They're both narcotic possession. You mean the new complaint?
I think you're frozen.
There he was.
Yeah, I think he is. Hello?
Peter, chat to say.
I don't know if he can hear us.
Well, I can send him an email, Judge.
Okay. In any case, let me read this statement to you. It'll be followed up by a question. Answer either yes or no. You may be eligible to participate in a diversion program called STEPS that that requires you to participate in a plan specific to your needs for a short time. If you choose to participate and complete the program, these felony drug accusations in your arrest report will be permanently dismissed without you ever being formally charged. And I'm not promising that you're going to be released, but I'm just reading this statement. Are you interested in getting released from jail custody now and learning more about the STEPS program at your next hearing?
I am, sir. Yes, sir.
We'll waive time.
All right.
And Judge, I think it would only apply to the pre-indictment case because STEPS is a pre-indictment program.
Yeah, okay. So STEP court date is June 10th at 9 o'clock. And I guess we better wait for him to come back for the rest of this. Actually, we don't need the county attorney for the misdemeanors. You failed to appear on a resisting arrest case this April 15th of this year, and you likewise failed to appear on a trespassing case same date. Why was that, sir?
My bags were stolen the day I got out, so I didn't even know how to contact
The day you got out from where?
the day I got out of here. So the dates and all that stuff, and even the pretrial services numbers I had lost, and so I went back to what I know. I used it as an excuse. I mean,
Got
I
a
guess
phone? You have access to a telephone?
I got all that was stolen in there. I get jacked for shit all day. Like people think that I'm rich, or I don't know. They think I have money all the time. Like I said,
You got
my
friends?
stuff. Yeah, yes sir.
Do they have phones?
Yes sir.
Okay, so you could ask a friend to call a court for you and find out what your court date is.
Okay.
All right. On the misdemeanors, I am going to release you. And since we don't know what's going to happen yet on the felonies, yeah, I see we have the county attorney back. So we'll hear from the defense on the matter of the bonds.
Did you give court dates on the city court cases?
Not yet.
Judge, we'd be asking for a $500 bond per case. These are personal possession drug cases. As he noted, all his stuff was recently stolen. I mean, he doesn't have any money to make these types of bonds, so If he is able to make it, that would be a lot of money and it would ensure his appearance at all future court dates.
All right. We'll hear from the county attorney.
Yes, Judge. Apologies, my computer shut down and had to restart. Judge, the state is recommending a $7,500 bond, and we will note that Mr. Carrillo was failed to appear twice in this case before warrants issued, and we will note that Mr. Carrillo is a steps eligible on, at least per the pretrial services report.
All right, thank you. Okay, on the new complaint, $500 bond, step hearing is June 10th at 9 o'clock. Don't possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs or return to the incident location. The legal defender is appointed to represent you. And your court date is going to be June 13th. Your preliminary hearing is going to be June 13th at 1:30. So let's approve that one. And then the Superior Court warrant, that's also 500. And preliminary hearing is, no, that's supposed to be, no, that's Superior Court date, rather, is June 10th at 1:30. Legal defender appointed. Same conditions, no alcohol or drugs, and don't return to the incident location. As to the misdemeanor case, I will note that you will be held on the felonies. You are released on these misdemeanors. And we're going to set a court date at Tucson City Court for August 8th. August? Is that right? Yeah. Okay. August 8th, 9 o'clock. And you will be represented by the city public defender on these matters. And previous conditions of release still apply.
Judge, on the new case, did you set a steps hearing then and a PH?
Yes.
Okay, did we waive time on the PH?
No. Do you waive time when he's being held on a bond?
Yes, I think you always waive time on the PH for steps because it's pre-indictment, because it's diversion.
That's not what that's not what.
I mean, we don't have to waive it then.
Okay, we'll leave it as it is. You can always continue it. All right, your excuse, sir.
Yes. Yes. Sit down, please. Yes.
Hello, what is your name?
Alejandra Diaz Jimenez.
You've got both felony and misdemeanor cases. Your felony charges are possession of dangerous drugs and possession of narcotics paraphernalia. State's recommending $1,500 bond along with the STEPS program.
$1,500 bond. Is that what you said?
Yes, that is what I said. That's what the state is asking for.
So I won't be able to get out.
Okay, we're not even there yet.
So we're gonna order no alcohol or illegal drugs. Don't go back there.
I'm familiar with this work, sorry.
Don't go back to the incident location. We're gonna hear from the public defender.
Judge, we'd be asking for release to pretrial. She doesn't have any felony or misdemeanor convictions. She doesn't have an active NBCA flag. These are personal possession drug cases. We're asking you to give her a chance on pretrial. It looks like she hasn't had that chance before, given the lack of felony convictions.
She may not have any convictions, felony or misdemeanor, but she does on the misdemeanor cases at least have a history of failing to appear. Do you wish to address that?
I'm homeless and shit right now. Yeah. I wasn't really aware because when I went to the court, they said that this.
It sounds like she tried to address those, but there's some issues on the computer, and she's been homeless, so she doesn't have an address. So it sounds like there's just been some miscommunication on that part.
How
But-
did she try to address it?
I don't know. Around this time.
Okay. I guess she went into the city court to address it, and they said they couldn't find her at the computer.
That's from question.
All right, we'll hear from the state.
Judge, we're requesting a $1,500 bond. We are noting that she has pending drug paraphernalia charges coming out of Tucson City Court. She's failed to appear for that case. Let's see. Believe the pretrial services report does say that she is STEPS eligible. So the state's making a $1,500 bond request. Thank you.
All right. I'm gonna set bond in the amount of 500. Step hearing is June. Oh, I had to read it, don't I? Hold on. Okay. This is gonna be followed up by a question. Please answer yes or no.
So listen to the judge for now, okay?
Sorry.
You may be eligible to participate in a diversion program called STEPS that requires you to participate in a plan specific to your needs for a short time. If you choose to participate and complete the program, these felony drug accusations in your arrest report would be permanently dismissed without you ever being formally charged. Are you interested? And this is a statement that I'm reading since I am holding you on a bond. This what's written, so I'm reading it. Are you interested in getting released from jail custody now and learning more about the STEPS program at your next hearing?
So he's offering like a rehab program or something? We're looking into that.
Okay. So you go ahead and say yes.
Yes.
Yes, okay. All right. STEP hearing is June 10th, 9 o'clock. Preliminary hearing is June 13th at 1:30. Public defender appointed. And this is on the felony matter, $500 bond. As to the misdemeanors, I'm noting that you are being held on the felony matter. And these are trespassing and drug paraphernalia cases. I am going to release you. And this goes to quotes. We're going to set a court date at City Court for August 8th at 9 a.m. I'm appointing the city public defender to represent you. And I'm noting that we are holding you on the felony matter. The judge will be aware of that. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're
I
excused.
appreciate it.
All right.
So,
Hello, what's your name?
Harold DiCamillo.
Okay, sir, you charged with possession of a firearm during a felony offense and possession of dangerous drug for sale. State's asking for a $5,000 bond. We'll hear from defense.
Judge, we're asking for release to pretrial services. It looks like he has verified housing support with his mother. He's also verified to be disabled. He doesn't have any felony priors. He doesn't have an active NVCA flag. He's only a 3 on both the scales, and he's 60 years old. This is considered a nonviolent offense, so we're asking you to give him a chance at pretrial services.
All right, thank you. We'll hear from the county attorney.
You're muted.
We can't hear you. You're muted.
Pardon, Judge. Yes, Judge, the state believes a $5,000 bond is appropriate in this case, considering the nature of the allegations. This doesn't just involve the selling of drugs, but involves the possession of weapons in conjunction with the selling of those drugs. The allegations are that Mr. DiCamillo was arrested with approximately 530 pills and 1.72 grams of methamphetamine, in addition to $244 in cash. The firearm was in the same bag with the methamphetamine.
All right, thank you. All right. No alcohol or illegal drugs. Don't drive without a valid license. No firearms or other weapons, and do not return to the incident location. I'm setting bond in the amount of $5,000, appointing the public defender, and your next court date is June 13th at 1:30, and you are excused.
Ronald.
So,
Good evening. What's your name?
David Ronald.
Mr. Frondo, you're charged with possession of a dangerous drug and possession of a narcotic drug. You have a probation hold. You're going to remain in custody on that, regardless of what I do with this case. The state's recommending steps along with a $7,500 bond. I'm going to explain steps to you. You may be eligible to participate in a diversion program called STEPS. I'm waiting for whoever that is to quiet. You may be eligible to participate in a diversion program called STEPS that requires you to participate in a plan specific to your needs for a short time. If you choose to participate and complete the program, these felony drug accusations in your arrest report will be permanently dismissed without you ever being formally charged. Are you interested? And again, I'm reading this from this paper. I'm not promising release. Are you interested in getting released from jail custody now and learning more about the STEPS program at your next hearing?
Yes.
Okay, STEP hearing is June 10th, 9 o'clock. The state is asking for a $7,500 bond. We'll hear from defense on that request.
Judge, given the probation hold, we're asking for a $500 bond, mostly for time credit purposes. This is a personal possession drug offense.
All right. And we'll hear from the state.
Judge, the state's requesting the $7,500 bond. We are noting that he is here on a probation violation warrant. He incurred these drug possession charges when he was picked up on the probation violation warrant. He is steps eligible. We will note there are multiple drugs confiscated from Mr. Frondel: methamphetamine, cocaine, and heroin.
All right. $7,500, no alcohol or drugs, and do not return to the incident location. Next court date is June 3rd, or preliminary hearing is June 13th at 1:30. Again, step is June 10th at 9 o'clock. Public defender appointed. Your excuse, sir. Hello, what's your name?
My name is Michael Eduardo Huerta.
Okay. You've got both felony and misdemeanor matters to deal with, sir. Let's see here. Felony charge is possession of dangerous drug, possession of drug paraphernalia. State's recommending $1,000 bond plus steps program. And let me see here. All right. Let me read the steps information for you. You may be eligible to participate in a diversion program called STEPS that requires you to participate in a plan specific to your needs for a short time. If you choose to participate and complete the program, these felony drug accusations in your arrest report will be permanently dismissed without you ever being formally charged. And again, I'm reading what's written here. I'm not promising you that you're going to be released. Are you interested in getting released from jail custody now and learning more about the STEPS program at your next hearing?
Yes, I am,
Okay.
Your Honor.
STEPS date is June 10th at 9 o'clock. Don't possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. Stay away from the incident location. I will note that the state is requesting a bond of $1,000. We'll hear from the defense on that.
Judge, we're asking you release him to pretrial services. This is a personal possession drug case. He only has one felony prior, and it's from 2014, and it's nonviolent. He has verified housing, employment, and support with his mother, so we're asking you give him a chance on pretrial.
All right. Let's hear from the state.
We'll note that Mr. Huerta currently does have a drug paraphernalia case coming out of Green Valley Justice Court. He's failed to appear on that matter as well, and he's approved this new drug offense. And so we just want the court to take that into consideration. Thank you.
All right. Okay. $1,000, June 13th, 1:30, prelim, June 10th, 9 o'clock, step. And the public defender is appointed. And we'll move to Green Valley. That one is driving without a license, driving on a suspended license, rather. Let's see. Well, refer to Green Valley Weekly. Unavailable. Hmm. Whether you're in or out, your court date is June 5th at 8:30, Green Valley Justice Court. I'm holding you on $100 bond on that matter. John Illis will be representing you. And we've got Tucson City Court. Let's see what this is. All right, you have been convicted of driving under the influence. You're placed on monitored probation. There is a petition to revoke that probation alleging, number one, that you failed to complete urinalysis testing while on home detention. Number two, that you failed to complete DUI evaluation and treatment, the MAD Victim Impact Panel Program, and community service. And number three, that you failed to report to for a corrective solutions monitoring appointment. We will enter denials of these allegations, and you were represented by Brinkovich. Ray Brinkovich. I get Jeff Brinkovich. And this is going to be set with Judge Hale. Okay, we're going to set bond in the amount of $500 and schedule a video review June 13th. Wait a minute, that's the same date as the felony matter, so we need another video review date. June 17th, thank you. At 1:45. Okay, that'll be a Tucson City Court video review, June 17th, 1:45. Okay, that's it. You're excused.
I don't think he heard you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Doris,
You up?
Doris.
Hello.
sorry, actually, Doris was.
There was another one, right?
Hello.
Oh, what's your name?
Marco Juarez.
Okay, you are charged with unlawful use of means of transportation. We're gonna order no alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you not have contact with the alleged victim or return to the incident location. You do have a probation hold. You're gonna be held on that regardless. The state is recommending $15,000 bond, and we'll hear from the defense.
Judge, we're asking for a $5,000 bond. Given the nonviolent nature of this offense, his nonviolent priors, and no active NVCA left.
And we'll hear from the state.
Judge, as you've already noted, there, Mr. Juarez currently has a probation violation warrant stemming from a 2023 Pima County case. There was also an outstanding warrant on a pending drug possession case when he committed the unlawful use of means of transport case offense in this case. We'll know a 4 out of 6 on the NCA scale and a 5 out of 6 on the FTA scale.
All right, thank you. Bond is set in the amount of $15,000. Your next court date is June 13th at 1:30. And we'll appoint the county public defender to represent you. Approved. You also have a case in Tucson City Court. You were charged today with possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm gonna order no alcohol or illegal drugs. Don't return to location. I am going to release you on the misdemeanor. We'll note the felony hold. And let's set this with Judge Cole. Court date at City Court is August 8th at 9 a.m. City Public Defender is appointed to represent you. You will not be present. Your attorney will, though. You're excused.
Okay. I knew you can't get it. That's really it. All right, good luck. All right. Oh.
Hello, what's your name?
Robert Norris.
Mr. Norris, you're charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. Don't drive without a valid license. No firearms or other weapons. Do not have contact of any kind with William K. or Sarah Thompson, and stay away from their respective homes and workplaces and the incident location. The state is asking for blank.
Judge, I apologize. That I had sent a new request Ms. Baumgartner, did you receive the actual request? Okay, I apologize, Judge. The state's requesting a $60,000 bond. I can email it over to your judicial staff.
Oh, we have it already, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, 60,000. All right, we'll hear from the defense.
Judge, we're asking for a lower bond than the 60,000. He claims to have housing, but is disabled, so he's going to have a very limited income. His last felony prior is from 2010, and it was a shoplifting, so a non-violent offense, and he is 62 years old. So we're asking the court to consider a much lower bond than the 60 in just a moment. He also has an 11 and 13-year-old child at home that he needs to care for.
Judge, and if I could briefly be heard.
Yes.
Judge, I just feel the need to just briefly summarize the facts in this case, or at least the allegations at this point. The allegations in this case are that Mr. Norris ran over Mr. K, not in a in a random or unintentional manner, but rather in a directed attack against Mr. K. There's a prior relationship or connection with that Mr. Norris has with Mr. K. It appears that Mr. K is currently in a relationship with the mother of Mr. Norris's children, and that it's just there are statements made at the scene by the victims that they believe that he was that Mr. K was targeted by Mr. Norris, and that he used the car as a weapon. So, Judge, for the allegations in this case are extremely serious. A dangerous weapon, was used in this case, and we believe the court should take all that into consideration. Thank you.
All right. I'm not going to increase the state's recommendation, but frankly, I would have recommended 100,000. We're going to hold you on the $60,000 bond. June 13th at 1:30, public defender appointed. You're excused.
No.
Hello, what's your name?
Hello, yeah, my name's Richard Riley.
Riley, you have an arrest warrant out of Pima County Superior Court. The charges listed are aggravated driving under the influence while a license is suspended, revoked, for DUI impaired, aggravated driving with an alcohol concentration of 0.08 or more, while license suspended, revoked for DUI 0.08, unlawful flight from law enforcement vehicle, possession of deadly weapon by prohibited possessor. It's on here twice. And $7,500 bond is listed on this warrant. The state is asking for 15,000. We'll hear from the defense.
Judge, we'd be asking that you release him to pretrial services. This is a very old case. It's from 2021, as you noted. In the pretrial services report, it does indicate he was never previously arrested on this incident. And given the fact that he stayed out of trouble, he wasn't aware of it until today, over 4 years later. His priors are an aggravated DUI from 2006 and a misdemeanor DUI from 2004. So given his great history, there's no indication he would have had any other notice of this. I don't think he should be penalized for that. He does have housing and full-time employment as an electrician. He's living with his son right now and has prospects on a new apartment soon. So we'd ask you to give him a chance to show up and deal with this given the circumstances.
We'll hear from the state.
Judge, the state's requesting a $15,000 bond in part for the, due to the risk to the community. Mr. Riley has a history of committing, DUI offenses. He's failed to appear for his pending 2021 DUI. And as you're aware, it's been an outstanding warrant for over 4 years. So the state believes that that's $15,000 is an appropriate bond. Thank you.
And Judge, I'd also like to note that he has no new charges, and so there is no risk to the community as he's been out not committing any new offenses.
All right. I'm going to release you the supervision of pretrial services. Your court date is June 10th at 1:30. The public defender is appointed to represent you. You're excused.
Your Honor. Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, what's your name?
My name is Kevin Leon Gerard Williams.
Okay. You've got an arrest warrant, sir, out of Pima County Superior Court, charges theft that means transportation. 5,000 is the requested bond on the warrant. State's asking for a bond of 15,000. We'll hear from the defense.
Judge, this is a rather unique case. Spoke with Mr. Williams at length before this hearing. While it does appear to be his third arrest, and if he were to be released on this matter, it's actually much more complex than just a simple failing to appear and neglecting responsibilities. He's actually on probation in Maricopa. He was reinstated. It looks like January of this year. He's living at a shelter in Maricopa. Well, actually a veteran's home. The Veterans Family Services pays for his apartment up there. And he works with CBI to get transported down here for court. So now that he's got those things in place, which previously he didn't, he wasn't on probation before, he's able to come back down to Tucson case. So given the change in circumstances, we're asking that you give him another chance to deal with it with all of those new factors in his life to ensure he can show up and address it.
Okay. We'll hear from the state.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I can now, yes.
Okay. All right. Not sure what was going on there. So Judge, all I have is, the information. I can only work with the information that I have. All right. So I don't know what Mr. Williams' situation was. This is the first time hearing about the Maricopa County matter. But, what I have in front of me is, Mr. Williams had, failed to appear at his arraignment, and he was released to pretrial services twice before they weren't issued in this case. And so, Judge, I believe a $15,000 bond is appropriate considering the difficulty that we've had getting Mr. Williams to be present in this case. Thank you.
All right. Did Mr. Williams have access to a phone?
Your Honor, I was living at a CBI shelter. They came to Tucson and picked me up and took me back to the shelter, knowing I had a court date. When my court date came about, they, on that day, decided not to drive me to the place to.
My question is, did you have access to a phone?
I did have access to a phone. CBI was going to take me from the shelter to the place that's going to drive me here back to Tucson. I'm now living at a
Okay.
veterans, yes. But I do have I've contacted my lawyer, Christopher Salepi, and I have court June 24th at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
1 p.m.
Was he your lawyer then?
He was my lawyer then.
Okay, so why didn't you give him a call?
I did give him a call.
And
It was after my court date was there. I've been on probation since January and have now only gotten housing and an apartment. And I'm also in Veterans Court in Maricopa County, and I have mentors there who are willing to pay for the transportation to court or back to Tucson June 24th. I'm just asking that I be given the chance to.
I'm going to give you a chance, sir. I'm going to release you to pretrial services supervision. June 10th, 1:30, Christopher Salepi represents you. Don't have any contact with the alleged victim. Stay away from the incident location. Cooperate with pretrial services.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
Contact your assigned probation officer first working day, which in this case will be tomorrow, following your release from custody.
Very good.
And use that phone to call your attorney and keep him updated on what's happening with you.
I have. And I will.
All right.
So what's the court date?
She said the 10th, but it's 20th.
It says June 10th at 1:30.
Is that the arraignment?
That's Pima County Superior Court.
Okay, so that's what you're.
7 days.
Okay? Anything else?
Thanks, Judge.
No, Your Honor.
Have a good evening.
Good night.
Good